Well, good Tuesday afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank my newest subscriber, Atomic News. Laura, thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate it. My other one that came in recently was AK-47 Girl, or no, G.I. Jane AK-47. I'm not quite sure who you are, but I dig that name. It's wild. And what we're going to talk about today is I was just watching the news, and I seen on the news that Mr. Bill Cosby has been given 3 to 10 year sentence for his drugging of women and having sex with them while they were passed out or incapacitated, whatever you want to look at it. Either way, it's rape, and it's something that only a slime ball of a guy would do. And apparently Cosby was the master. So, now, what bugs me about this guy is he goes from being the number one, dad, TV dad, real life dad, writing books about fatherhood, and writing all these great books about how you should act in society. And here the whole time he is being a slime ball. Just being an absolute slime ball. So, you got to ask yourself, what the fuck possesses somebody to want to openly drug a girl just to have sex with her? I don't get it, because in my world, I don't even want to have sex with a drunk girl, because to me, it's just not fun. There's no fun in it. How much fun could it be with just somebody who's just laying there? I need the interaction. I want the 2-into-1 experience, I guess you could call. When I'm, if I'm having sex with some girl, or the girls that I've had sex with over the years, I like them to be into it just as much as I am. So if a girl's drunk and she's passing out, or she's on pills, either taking them or given to her, and she's out of her mind, it's just not fun, guys. It really isn't. And you're not only is it not fun, but you're a piece of fucking shit if you do that to women. If you roofie a girl just to get in her pants, you're a slime. And and if it's a girl that I know and I find out you're doing it, I will smile for my mug shot. Trust me, I will smile big and bright for that mug shot. Because it'll be a great pleasure for me to kick your fucking ass. Because that's slimy. That's slimy. So now, Mr. Cosby has also been denied bond. Do you believe that? With all the money he has, he's been denied bond. They are not going to give him bond so he can... You know what he would do? I bet you if he got bond today, he would have hightailed it out of the country. And he would have avoided prosecution. Which, the man is just a fucking piece of shit in my eyes. I have no respect for him anymore. And I used to like Bill Cosby. I always thought Bill Cosby's funny. We got the jello, blah, 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 blah. All that. That was fun. His little mugging for the camera, his comedy in the 60s and 70s was absolutely wonderful. I loved it. But how can you look at that man in the same light now? How can you look at him and say, yeah, there's Bill Cosby, so he had sex with a couple girls on pills. No, you can't even look at that type of a person in the same light anymore. You just can't see them as the same person that they used to be or once were. Because that's just disgusting. And I think Mr. Bill got exactly what he deserved. I think he got what's coming to him. Now, the sad thing about it is, we all know in America, money will buy you not your 100% freedom, but it'll buy you a style of life in prison that is a cut above the rest. You won't be in GP, general population. Your lawyer will concoct some crazy fucking story about how you can't be in general population. But the judge... but the people on the TV show that I was watching, I believe it was TMZ, which, that's a fluff program all in itself. They were talking that the judge was actually talking about putting Cosby in general population. But you know he'll never do it. He'll never go in because he's going to play the game. Poor health, old guy, feel sorry for me, wah, wah, wah. It was a moment of weakness. I only did it a few times. You know what? If you drug a girl even one time, you are on a level of pig that is unbelievable. It is just ridiculous, and why you feel like you would have to drug a woman or a girl to have any kind of relationship with her. I don't get it. I just don't. Honest to God, I don't get it. Because personally myself, I would feel bad. I would feel, and part of that, and this is going to sound really bad. It's going to make it sound like I was a complete pig prior to getting married. But my wife has pulled out a part of my inner being now that makes me feel like there's consequences for, and that sounds like I'm really being like I was a pig. I wasn't a pig, but I used to not care about too many people or too many things. But now, since I've been married to this woman, which today, September 25th, I have been married to her for 8 years. 8 years today. And I hope I get to go another 8, another 10. Matter of fact, I hope we stay married until the day one of us kicks off. Which, with some of the stupid shit I do, it's going to be me because she's going to kill me. But she has brought out a quality in me that I never thought I could have, which is more caring and having more empathy towards other people and having the feeling of karma if you do something stupid and wrong, which is a good thing. Thank you for that, Lisa. I appreciate that. You've made me a much better man than what I used to be. Now, so you got Mr. Cosby here. He's never going to see jail. He will never see jail time. And I just have a feeling that his lawyers are going to pull some fast-talking bullshit, and they're going to get him sent to a club fed or some in-state institution where he will be able to be supervised and be treated for his medical conditions. And sorry, there's some music coming over from the other side over here. Over there. And this is going to happen. You know what's going to happen. And, it's terrible when I love comedy. I absolutely love comedy. I think it is the greatest form of entertainment there is. And when he wasn't my hero, but one of my somewhat idols, I appreciated his style. One of my favorite bits from Cosby is when he's doing Noah talking to God. If you're not familiar with that, was from the 60s, I believe, where he says Noah's down, he's working, and here's Noah. And he keeps working, he's Noah. He said, what? It's me, God. And he does a little, cut the faces and stuff. I can't do his comedy justice. I don't really want to try. But just as an example, that's some of the things that I really liked about the guy. I mean, he had a great style. He had a great delivery. And apparently he had a pocket full of pills to go with that great delivery. So, I don't understand. If you have money and you can make women laugh, you should be able to get women really, really easily. You shouldn't have to drug them. So why did he feel it's necessary to drug women? Was it the lack of knowledge, the lack of having to look at them, maybe it was the guilt inside of him that said, I know I'm guilty for what I'm doing, and if I don't look at them, if they're not around, if they're not clear in the head, it makes it easier for me. There are some serial rapists that can't look at their victims when they're doing what they do to them, because the guilt factor gets to them. So they detach themselves from them. I learned that from my little forensics college student, my daughter. Teaches me a few things about forensics and the human nature of the criminal. I just said it to sound important, but I learned it from an 18-year-old. So, probably because I had to learn it from her, because I would never do anything like that to women. I think women, in general, every woman has a quality about herself that is uniquely theirs. Now, just like there are men who are pigs, there are women who are pigs. And I've unfortunately had my share of dealing with some women who were pigs. Okay? One I dealt with was in law enforcement, and I was with her for 6-7 years, and she was just an absolute piggy woman, nasty and ugly on the inside. And it was the job and the upbringing that turned her into what she is today, which is you're too young at 40 some years old to be burned out at your job. You've been doing it for too long. So you should not be in a stressful position like that if it's going to do that to you physically and mentally, which it did to her. But then you got guys like Bill Cosby, just like the old song by Billy Joel, The Stranger, where he says, we all have masks that we want the rest of the world to see, because we don't want them to see the true you or me. And, in this situation, that's probably true, because Cosby put on that, little Cosby got the jello pudding, and everybody thought he was a great guy. In the meantime, here he is, he's banging unconscious women. Unconscious, unwilling women. And he's doing them. So, who do you put the blame on? I mean, yes, you put it on Bill Cosby. But where was Cosby getting the pills? Was Mr. Cosby getting these pills from a doctor? Was he buying them illegally? I don't know. Jeez. I don't know the full story. Truck horn over there. Which, by the way, that's where I work. Right over there, that place, right over there. Didn't get to work today. Only sat there for 2 hours and got paid for 4. So then got to come right back home. Which the commute is easy. About 30 seconds walking. So you got the Cos over here, and he's doing all this shit, And there are people, I actually heard that there are people who are still protesting in his favor. That they don't want him to go to prison, that this is misunderstood, it's blown out of proportion, the Cos wouldn't do these things. And, unfortunately, he was telling these girls, let's have a Coke and you can have my dick inside you. I'm sure he was a great host. Here's a Coke with a roofie in it, and here's some Jello pudding. Pretty soon you're going to be sleeping, and I'm going to be on top of you pounding away. I mean, could you imagine from a woman's point of view? You wake up, and you are completely groggy. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what happened. You don't know why you're just waking up. Your clothes are all disheveled. You feel bad. You hurt downstairs. Because he was supposed to be extremely mean with these women when they were out. He was supposed to be extremely rough and mean to them. Now, I can't verify that. That's just what I've heard. But could you imagine that? Now, just imagine you wake up and you're in a strange person's house or a hotel room. You don't know what's going on. Your head is cloudy. You're foggy. You're groggy. Just put yourself in that situation. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. And for the man to do that, I hope he gets the full 10 years. I really do. But the unfortunate thing about it is, if he does get the full 10 years, he's not going to do 10 years in prison like if me or you did this horrible, heinous crime and we got 10 years. We would be in full-fledged prison, getting our asses banged by Rufus, 2 cells down every night. But I really truly have a feeling that the Cos is probably going to go to some sort of institute, some sort of health facility, some sort of mental reevaluation clinic or something. They're going to come up with a big fancy fucking name for the place he's going, but they're going to they're gonna play it off as it's a hardcore prison, you know, where MS-13 is around the corner and, you know, the Aryan Brotherhood's out to kill him every day. And in reality, he's just going to be sitting in some comfy little place, eating steak and lobster and, you know, drinking whatever it is he wants to drink for drinks. And it's all going to be provided for him. Kind of like when Al Capone went to prison. You know, the man had the best cell. He didn't have to do anything. He paid all the guards. And, you know, this is the same thing that's going to happen. Because these guards become infatuated with these Hollywood types when they come to prison. They want to be their friends. That's a fucking piece of shit scumbag, and you want to be friends with him? What's wrong with you as a human? Do you not have compassion for women? Do you not have compassion for your fellow human? Cosby is not human. Cosby is a predator. He is, you know, he is a predator. I almost expected him to show up on the old Dateline series, To Catch a Predator, you know. Just come by for some Jello pudding. Here's a roofie, you know. Trying to roofie Chris Hansen, you know. You know, but he would joke. If he got caught, he would try to joke his way out of it. And, but, you know, that's the trending news right now is Mr. Cosby has gotten 3 to 10 years in prison for his heinous, unforgivable acts towards women. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to see a year. He's going to do a year, like I said, in some fancy-dancy fucking prison hospital where he's going to have to require everything under the sun, and that's why they can't put him in general population. Because I think in general population, I think there's a couple guys out there that would kick his ass and fucking kill him. Because, you know, even in prison, there's morals. Not everybody has them, but there are morals in prison. And some of the guys believe in prison justice when they have places like, you know, people like Cosby come in there. I mean, look at there's a frog down there. Look at Jeffrey Dahmer. Not that Jeffrey Dahmer was famous, a celebrity or anything like that, but look at him. You know, he was in prison, and they put an end to Dahmer. So go prison guys with your morals. You know, wipe out the scum while you have them in there. You know, these guys have got life and they don't give a shit. They'll kill somebody. What are they going to do, give more life? Really? They don't care. So that's about where I stand on Mr. Cosby today. I'm going to cut this one off here now. Again, I would like to thank my newest subscriber, Atomic News. And I would suggest that if you have a chance, look them up, Atomic News. She's got some very, very good insights to some topics that are floating around in the world. Her videos are extremely interesting. I watch them. Not that I'm the best endorsement in the world, but an endorsement nonetheless. So, she's out of Rockford, Illinois. Atomic News. Give her a listen. Give her a subscription. You know, hit that button for her. And listen to her. You know, she's got a very nice delivery style. It's a completely different one. And Lara, I hope if you're watching, you get that sideways thing taken care of. See how this looks for me? And I'm using my phone on horizon, when you have your phone this way, and not vertical. I forget what they call it. And it'll look much better for you, Lara. It really will. And I think you'll see a lot better returns on your videos in viewership. So, with all that being said, we're coming up to 20 minutes. Wow, this is a short one for me again here. But it's hot outside, and I want to go back inside where it's air conditioned and eat. I'm hungry. And we'll talk to everybody later. I do appreciate it if you watched. I'd really appreciate it if you could at least give me a like. If you can't do that, give me a subscribe. If you can't do that, at least hit that bell notification so you can tell when I'm going to put up another video. So you're forced to know when I'm putting up a video. Then maybe you might watch. I don't know. The update on the video, the update on the subscriber list. We're trying to get to 50. And today I'm at 32. So if you feel inclined to give a guy a little bit of help here, hit the subscribe button. Raise me up to 33. Let's go for 34, 35. I'm just trying like hell to get these numbers up. I've been doing this now for not quite a year. Got some other videos out there. Some are good, some just suck. Some of them are interesting, and some are just boring. So if you feel inclined, you could do that for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. If you hit the subscribe button, I'll mention your name and your channel on the next video. And not only that, but I will subscribe to yours. I think that's a win-win for all of us, isn't it? I get a subscriber, you gain a subscriber. I think it's a great deal. We'll talk to you the next time. I don't know when the next video is going to be, but talk to you then. Until then, have a great rest of your Tuesday, September 25th. And Lisa, I love you and happy anniversary. It has been a wonderful, wonderful 11-year ride, and I hope we continue to stay on this roller coaster of excitement in our lives. Not boring with you, I'll tell you that much. We'll see everybody later. Thank you for watching.